welcome to the Night Crew. I'm your host, Dave Winston. It's just after midnight and 20 degrees here in the Flower City. Good cuddling weather, my wife would say. But don't worry, honey, that's not what we're here to talk about tonight. We're here to talk about this article in Psych Monthly. It says here that grief, especially in the elderly, can appear to be dementia. And they can actually forget that their spouse has died. Maybe they just don't want to believe. Seems like a healthier way to deal with it than my dad did.
When my ma died, it was as if she never existed.
I mean, here he was, this huge, powerful man. He never cried.
And he never raised his voice to me till she died. And I could feel the tears about to come up. And he could see me starting to well up. And then he yelled, "Don't you cry! Don't you let me see you cry! I'll rip your..."
So I didn't. And he could see the fear in my eyes. And he turned and he ran, and I never mentioned her again.
Even though my mind and stomach were churning, and that illogical part of me was saying, "To hell with your ass whipping!" And I wanted to start screaming like King Lear, "Blow, winds, and crack your cheeks! Rage, blow!"
But that wouldn't have been logical. But he just said, "Life goes on, and there's work to be done." And he would say it as if she never existed. And he stopped believing. And I was terrified. Terrified I would fail. And then he would stop believing in me. The same way he stopped believing in my mother. But is any of that rational? I met my wife when I was working on my doctorate in college, and if it wasn't for her and her highly illogical nature, I wouldn't have made it. Even today, without her, I'd be lost. But I knew my mother was real. I still felt her. And Lisa dear, you brought that back to me. That warm, comfortable embrace. That way she would comfort me when I was sick. That, my friends, is not a fantasy.
That was real.
That was real. I know, Lisa. I know. It's not a fantasy. She was a real person. She was the most real thing I've ever had in my life. And they can go on and on with their psychobabble, but nothing's going to change that. It's not going to change how I would die without you. I wanted to die now. I want to die now. But that wouldn't have been logical. There was still work to be done. Why, Lisa? I guess I have to thank you all for being here tonight. Being there for me. You know, it's amazing to me that sometimes you wind up so far from where you plan to go, and then you realize that it's exactly where you need to be. Thank you. Good night.